Can I commit
You're
to
not
what?
going to take money from drug companies in any way, shape, or form.
Who? Me?
Yes, you.
Oh,
That's-
yeah, I'm
you're the
happy
one-
to commit to that.
Okay, good.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. How do people think this guy is fucking smart? He had a brainworm. He had a brainworm, chat, and the brainworm died. The brainworm died in this dude. The worm that feeds on brains died in this dude. Connect the dots, chat. He doesn't have a brain. Okay, nice lib propaganda. It's not propaganda. This is fucking real. RFK Jr. had a brainworm. RFK Jr. says doctors found a dead worm in his brain. RFK Jr. revealed he had a parasitic brainworm. The dude had a brainworm and the brainworm died in his brain. How dare you call us libs? Yeah, that's fucking insulting. Congress is just a community hall to keep bored seniors busy. That's great. Just because it has labor in the title doesn't mean they actually care. Like Meta, they're nowhere near the Meta. Also, the Nationalist Socialist Party were not socialist. Just create massive unions that keep all the projects locked to anyone that can't afford for a union membership. What? That's not how unions work. If you are part of a union that you can't afford the union fees, you need to vote in new leadership in your union. We got some correct-ass unions. Corruption happens. The thing is with unions, all the leadership in the union are democratically elected. So if they're f***ing corrupt, vote their asses out. If you can't vote their asses out, you do what they did in the 1920s and the 1930s, and, you know, you do some shit. Do some shit. Nah, these guys fell off of the back of the truck. If you're unionized, the fee should be a pittance. Yeah, the fee is nothing for you to get better working conditions, better health care, which you don't have to worry about that. You have universal health care. Better pay. The fee that you pay is nothing compared to the benefits that you get from being in a union. And also, corrupt-ass unions is a talking point by the capitalist class to make sure you don't join unions. That's literally a talking point. It's the same thing as saying you're union boss, except the union leadership is literally voted on by the their membership. The fee covers hazard pay. If someone gets hurt or worse, they pay the family to not lose everything. The fee also goes towards strike funds. So if you strike, workers can continue to get some kind of payment. And if you don't have a union, you're f***ed. Your business could literally do whatever the f*** they want to you. You have no protections at all. The idea of unions is better than the actual unions is all I'm saying. Evidence, I work in trade. Then fucking be part of leadership in your union. If you're not happy with leadership, then run for it. It's democratic. If you have better ideas, then run for leadership. I understand you work in trade. And I understand there are some corrupt people that sometimes run unions. The Jimmy Hoffas back in the day, they were corrupt as f***. But what Jimmy Hoffa was doing was significantly benefiting his union members more so than hurting his union members. I understand there's corruption. There's always going to be fucking corruption, right? But if you're still benefiting the workers more than being detrimental to the workers, then unions are still good. Bro, you can't. It's all corrupt. They won't let us rise up. Come on, so naive. Then do it. If you are not the only one that feels this way, this should be an easy W for you. You fucking work at it. Everything that benefits society doesn't fucking come easy. I understand they're corrupt as quote unquote, and they're not going to let you rise up. But if you have enough people that feel the same fucking way you do, then it should be easy for you to fucking get a leadership position. Also, the defeatist mentality is not going to make the world a better place. Donald Trump's our fucking president. I'm still talking like the world can become a better place. We have literal fucking Nazis in the fucking administration, in the White House. We have Nazis in there. And I am still advocating for a better fucking world. You don't see me sitting there and be like, oh no, they're never going to let us come to power. They're never going to let us come to power. I'm still talking as if we can actually come to power and we can make the world a better place. But if you're going to sit there and say, nah, then just fucking let the Nazis take over. Because the quote unquote corrupt people in your union leadership are still better than fucking Nazis. They're still better than Nazis. I heard no one could defeat the Nazis. Yeah, they still exist. You know who's really good at defeating Nazis? Unions. Unions are really good at defeating Nazis. Unions. Unions are really good at defeating Nazis. They're the reason why Nazis threw unions in the concentration camps first. Unions are very good at defeating Nazis. Unions. Vote for Ghost? No. No, I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody. I'm just a dude on the internet that screams into a microphone. You come run the please. I'd love to. I can't. It's up to you. This is why unions are great, because it is up to the union members what they want to do. It's not up to an outside person to come in and do it. It's literally the choice of the union membership. More likely you need to stand together? Yeah. It's not about one person, it's about everyone. Yes. I understand it looks difficult. But if you're going to just give up before you even try, then what's the point of living? Unions are really good at destroying Nazis. If you want Nazis to not have any power at all, you can unionize everything. I'm very passionate about this, and I want people to live in a better world. If you and Mrs. ever have kids someday, I want to create a world where they're better off than we are. Because right now, we currently live in a world where we're worse off than our parents were. It's so vitally important that we stand together. And if we keep sitting there and be like, no, we can't do it, it's impossible. The French resistance helped take down the Nazis. It wasn't very big. The Soviet Union were slaughtered by the millions, and they held strong against the Nazis. And not only did they held strong, they pushed them all the way back to Berlin before America did. That's crazy. It's a crazy moment in history. But it only happened because people continue to believe that they can make the world a better place. If you ever give up thinking that you can make the world a better place, then you're just as bad as the people that are openly Nazi, because your inaction is going to lead to Nazism to rise. If you don't stay on it to prevent Nazism from rising, Nazism is going to come back. That's literally what happened in the United States with the Democratic Party refusing to do anything to prevent Nazism. My grandfather fled fascists, went thousands of miles away to a new land, and then went back to fight Nazis. That's crazy. That's an awesome story. That's such a crazy story. That's so awesome. Now, I get it. You got the good view of how this works and should change and what people should do. But I don't know, just easier to give up on making big changes. Yeah, it's easier, but you're never going to live life well. You're never going to be comfortable. You're literally always going to be living a life that the wealthy above you hold every piece of bread where you hope they trickle enough crumbs down to you that you're comfortable. What kind of life is that? Instead of, standing up to the wealthy and saying, hey, you assholes, we create your wealth and pay us. There's a reason why they say, united we bargain, divided we beg. Chat, where's the Bugs life? We got to watch. Apparently we need to watch this clip again.
But there was that ant that stood up to me.
Yeah, but we can forget about him.
Yeah, it was just one ant. One ant.
Yeah, you're right. It's just one ant.
Yeah, boss, they're puny.
Puny? Say, let's pretend this grain is a puny little ant.
Did that hurt?
Nope.
Well, how about this one? Are you kidding? How about this?
Chat, those are the capital owners. Those are the people that control all the wealth in every country around the world. Those people are being buried by the number of fucking people that work for them. Does everybody understand the metaphor now?
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back.
Everybody understand that metaphor
Anybody
now?
else want to stay?
Everybody understand that metaphor now? The only way we can make these big changes is to get people around you to stand together with you. And then they will be confident enough to get their friends and family to stand with them. It's not about leading. It's about holding up the guy next to you. Ghost, I just saw an IG reel of a guy saying the exact same words and yes, this country is divided. Okay, so what do you guys do to combat or make a difference? You make your voice heard and you talk to other people. You talk to other people that are within your union and say, hey, don't you think shit is fucked up? Maybe we should start complaining to union leadership and make them sit down with us and have conversations with us and say, hey, we don't like that you're skimming off the top. Now I'm asking specifically you, give me some examples. Bro, I'm literally on the internet and I'm talking to all of you and all of you are feeding off my energy. I'm specifically looking to go to my Democratic Party at my local chapter of my Democratic Party and walking in there and seeing what the fuck are we going to do to make the world a better place and make sure that we win? I'm personally trying to create a union for myself so that me and my fellow and those that come after me will have a better life, which we have to do it hush hush, especially under this administration, because we're not going to have the backing of the Federal Labor Control Board. That's personally what I'm doing. Talk to your coworkers, talk to your neighbors, talk to your barber, talk to your family. Yes. Create a sense of community so you can have actual conversations. So the conversations when everybody says we can't talk politics, it's literally so that you can't realize you are in the same boat as a majority of people, because they want you to think, oh, that guy has it better than me over there. But in reality, they have the same struggles that you have every single day. Once people realize that everybody is on the same level and struggling the same way and have the same thoughts on everything, then you start imposing your will together to make the world a better place, whether it be through unionization, through local government, through your state government or provincial government, or even through your federal government. I try to change friends' views since I'm in bumpkin country. Most don't budge, which leads to cutting out those people after so long getting nowhere after changing tactics. Yeah, my area is full of literal Nazis, but I still have conversations with them. And I point out the inconsistencies in their ideologies. And I say, hey, wouldn't it be better if like we rose up and stood up together? I'm not yelling at you. You're providing an opportunity to have a teaching moment. If I didn't want you here, part of this community, we would have just banned your ass. I hope you're still around. Feels wrong when I throw the towel in, but what the hell are you supposed to do? Like, usually it makes them harden their beliefs. Yeah, I'm still here. Don't worry. Okay. And that goes for like all other chatters too. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just being loud because I'm just a loud person and I'm very passionate about trying to make the world a better place. So like, that's what that is. Your mental health is important too. You can't win all the battles. We only need to win over a couple and hope they can go out and win over a couple. And that's exponential growth. Yes, correct. I said the first day of the Donald Trump presidency, take care of yourself before you can take care of others. When you take care of yourself first, then you are strong enough to take care of other people. Also, that might have been one of my best rants that I've ever done.